they can't let anything else in. So whether it be, some folks are focused on speaking in tongues, some folks are being focused on being in a spiritual domination, some folks are, everyone has their thing. But I mean, if you get so consumed with that, and if you don't protect emptiness, if you don't protect your emptiness, you're blocking out the Spirit from moving. So alternative fullness, blockage or holding, that's just another way to say it. Say that. So all of these overlap, but the vertical orientation, the alternative fullness, and the blockage and holding. So the prophetic principles are goodness, emptiness, fullness. Goodness, emptiness, fullness. Goodness, emptiness, fullness. And holding those, if you could hold all of those, if you can see those things in your life, if you can see a desire to be merciful with yourself, with others, a desire to love from that deeper place, if you're holding on, if you're protecting some empty space, always having some empty space in your life, because that emptiness is needed for the Spirit to go through you, and then riding that fullness when it comes, riding that, being sensitive to the fullness of God, and then shifting, going with that. That's what they say, going. We say going with the flow, but really going with the flow of God's Spirit. When the Spirit of God moves through you, being open to that and moving with that, allowing that to bless other people. If you can hold those things, all of those things in your life, I promise you, you will increase your capacity to receive God's presence in your life, and you'll increase your capacity to really do powerful things for God's kingdom, because God will begin to use you and move through you in ways that you could never, ever imagine. And it really starts with some very simple things: mercy, love, stillness, silence, fasting, getting into that rhythm, and then that leads to the fullness. Questions on that? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you looking like that?
No, I'm soaking it in.
Okay, you're soaking it in. You're like a sponge.
I'm like a sponge.
Okay, good. So, next week we're gonna warning. Next week is our last week. Okay.
I won't be here.
Okay. See? But I'm
You
telling
said
you,
we had 2 more weeks. So.
next week's our last week. Unless we go very, very slow. But I think we get through the week of Samson. I'll let you know if I am. But so we're going to do an in-depth look at Samson's life.
I would miss that class.
In-depth look at Samson's life, and looking at why Samson is very misunderstood. We're going to look at that, and we're going to look at all these components of this prophetic of goodness, of emptiness, and a fullness. So that should be interesting. And then we'll, hopefully, if we get through that, hopefully we'll stop, we'll break, and then we'll really have all the tools we need to analyze the life of Jesus when we come back. And then we're really into the thick of what does it mean to have the religion of Jesus. What does it mean to have the religion of Jesus? All right. So any questions you have, just write them down or send them to me, and then we'll go from there.
Which book is Samson's story in?
Judges.
Judges.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Do they have